Control. It's all about control, ladies and gentlemen. How hated are these people? Take a look at this. We've got the World Economic Forum, who's meeting again this week. 4.3 million followers on Twitter, and they are so hated by everyone. Even with 4.3 million followers, they are forced to limit and suppress. You can't even reply to their tweets because they get so much hate. Every single tweet is like this, and their tweets are now getting ratioed in the form of getting more quote tweets than overall likes. This is an account with 4.3 million followers. Most of their tweets that they tweet out don't even get to 100 likes. And guys, whenever these people meet, it's what I always say to do when you hear these people talk, like the World Economic Forum, all the billionaires going and saying, you know, our climate is dying, this everything's bad, we need to really limit free speech and things like that. Whenever you hear them try and articulate something or try and argue it, always view it in the lens of control, because they're always going for it. Just like when they come out and they stay and they've got Brian Stelter from CNN. That's how desperate they are. Take a look at this tweet. Brian Stelter moderating a panel at the World Economic Forum on the clear and present danger of disinformation. And there's that word that I really think, if it were up to me, guys, the word misinformation and disinformation at this point would be completely meaningless and would not be used by Americans. I told people to stop using it. The word was going to be manipulated into trying to silence free speech on the internet, and that's exactly what's happened. And obviously, it's had some success because it's not just Brian Stelter. It's multiple top billionaires coming out and saying, listen, there's so much misinformation, disinformation, and then you've got normal people saying, you know, they're right, you know, disinformation, it's obviously bad. Disinformation is bad. Misinformation is bad. Having people misinformed on something is not a positive, but the issue is that's not how it's being used. They will use, or they will ban people or silence people using the guise of, oh, they're spreading disinformation, they're spreading misinformation as an excuse to ban them. And that's really what happened. And that's why I said, listen, these words are terrible. They do not need to be part of the American vocabulary. But you've got people coming out and saying, listen, there's horrible misinformation, there's disinformation. Whenever anyone says that, I immediately disqualify it. And this goes to the bigger point of the video. It's all about control. They want control over people. The way they do that is by limiting their free speech, especially on the internet. That's why they hate Elon Musk so much. He buys Twitter and completely blows up their overall plan to really control things. Because think about it. Think about Twitter 6 or 7 months ago before Elon Musk comes in. At least with Elon Musk, even if you hate Elon Musk, you have someone to blame. Before Elon Musk, there was Jack Dorsey, but really, he was kind of just a figurehead. He wasn't really in control. They want it to where if you get banned from Twitter 7 or 8 months ago, you can't blame anyone. You don't know who's running Twitter. You don't know who's making these decisions. That's the whole point. That's the whole idea. None of them get blamed. Who do you blame? If you get banned on Twitter 8 months ago for disinformation, who are you outraged at? You don't know. That's the whole idea. So at least, even if you think Elon Musk is the devil, which I know a lot of people do, at least if something happens on Twitter, Elon Musk is the CEO. He bought the thing for billions of dollars. He's the one to blame. He will be blamed in the public. And that's kind of just another overarching point I wanted to talk about when it comes to Twitter. You can see when the World Economic Forum director, oh my goodness, says there will be a major cyber attack in the next few years. He means they will create a cyber attack. Yeah, they're certainly going to do something to try and regain some form, whether that's a cyber attack or whatever. They had the pandemic kind of lie in their laps as a way to control people and really see how far people would be pushed in the name of protecting others. And that actually goes, you hear all these people now, they're shilling climate change. They're all flying in, still on private jets. They land. The flight of the private jet emits more CO2 emissions than any normal citizen will emit for the next decade. But they want to fly in, emitting those CO2 emissions on their jet, and school normal citizens and say why our planet's dying and say you need a sacrifice, you're going to be taxed more, all of it. It is so backwards. But why are they so obsessed with climate change? It's another one of these, community type problems, which is so great for people who want to control others, because it really says it's a guilt trip thing. It's just like the pandemic and wearing masks. Well, you're 23, you're 25, you're 30 years old, you're healthy. It's kind of a drag, but oh my goodness, what if you don't wear your mask and you get someone else sick? And they give it to their mom and their mom dies. How bad of a person are you? That's how they get guilt-tripped people into wearing masks. And this is just another form of it where it's like, listen, our world is dying. You need to help save us. And whether that's the smart cities, which I know that's going to be a big thing for them, getting people into these smart cities, having them give up all of their data, all of their rights, all of the cars are controlled. You're not going to drive anymore. And in exchange, you get to live, you get to work less, and you have a robot boss and all of it. So, guys, they're going after the climate change still. When let me tell you something. I realized climate change was bullshit and global warming was bullshit about a year ago when I was shown the actual data, and it's all... I know, obviously the earth changes, the climate changes. When you pump smoke into the atmosphere, dark smoke, like those Chinese factories and American factories and things like that, and automotive makers, obviously it's not good. We understand that. Certainly human beings are contributing to it. The problem is when I see something, and you're not going to see it really anywhere, but the last 100 years, the earth's temperature has gone up by a grand total of 1/3 of a degree Celsius. That's what I saw. And it's like, you see stuff like that, it is remarkable. And then they fly in on their private jets, which emit way more CO2 than any of us could ever admit, any normal citizen could ever admit, and they say, no, you need to sacrifice. You need to live in a smart city. Everyone's spreading disinformation. That's why we need to have more police and content control. And let's just have CBS News tell us everything. What does CBS News have to say? Well, let me find this. Where was this? CBS News, the World Economic Forum's annual meeting has increasingly become a target of bizarre claims from a growing chorus of commentators who believe the forum involves a group of elites manipulating global events for their own benefit. And of course, we can literally see the photos. That's exactly what is happening. That is the definition of the World Economic Forum. But of course, they pay someone within CBS News. And this is the mainstream stuff. This is the goal right now. It's just like when they made the word conspiracy theorist, oh, you're a wacko. They want normal people to think someone questioning the government on what the government says, on what they're doing, on why they're doing it, on anything. They want normal people trained. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. That means you're crazy. No, we're the normal people. They've made that word negative. In essence, they don't want anyone questioning anything. And if you do, they want the common folk to label that person a conspiracy theorist, which in turn, because they've trained everyone, conspiracy theorists are crazy. Don't listen to them. No, we're normal. We believe in science. Of course, we believe in science until the whole, I'm not going to get into that, but the whole issues with the trans stuff, things like that. Yeah, they believe in science until then. Until a man can get pregnant, they'll believe in science, right? It is absolutely amazing. So guys, it's all about control. Every argument that they make is based around having more control over the citizens. climate change, you want to protect yourself, or we're going to guilt trip you into living in a smart city, doing things, paying more taxes, keeping you suppressed in terms of your annual income. Let Bill Gates buy the thousands and thousands of miles of farmland. Let Barack Obama own the mansion. Let Hillary Clinton have the beach house. But no, you shouldn't want any of that. You should want a simple life. Make your $40,000, contribute to climate change. Let us drive you everywhere and live in a one-bedroom apartment. That's what you should want and you should strive for. And really, listen, we're going to admit in one plane ride when we fly into here, because we're so powerful and we're so impressive, we're going to admit more CO2 emissions than you'll admit in your next 10 years. But we need to come in and tell you. We're going to come in and we're going to tell you how, you need to save the planet and how important it is. And all of your taxes go to it because we want to suppress people's earning abilities, because the last thing that they want is another Elon Musk type figure who really wrecked everything they're trying to do. They hate someone like Elon Musk. It's not because of the money. See, all the trendy people think, oh, you should never have that much money. They don't care about the money. They care about the power that comes with the money. They care about someone like Elon Musk saying, I'm just going to come in and blow up this popsicle stand and just buy your platform because you're censoring people and it's disgusting and it's anti-American. So I'm just going to buy it. I don't even care. That's what they hate. They hate the power that comes with it. So guys, overall, it is amazing that CBS News, it's funny to see people go against what CBS and all the mainstream. It's just remarkable to see that type of stuff. But either way, here we can see we've got John Kerry schooling us on saving the planet, even if that sounds like a crazy tree-hugging lefty liberal do-gooder. And of course, they completely create false equivalents. He's like, oh, you hate the environment, and it's got nothing to do about that. John, you're surrounded by people that have just put more CO2 into the air than anyone like me could put in the next 10 years. What are you talking about? If this is a global threat, why are you wasting precious CO2 that's being emitted and hurting the ozone? Why are you doing that if it's such a global threat? You should get there by a boat or something. So they are completely disgusting, and all of their arguments, when you hear these people argue something, we need to combat disinformation. No, you just want to censor people. You just want to censor. We need to save the planet. No, you just want to control everything and suppress people's earning power by taxing them more and really actually using the human mind against itself and tricking it by saying, do you want to be a good person or not? It's a moral thing they do. Do you want to be a good person? You need to wear a mask even if you're not at risk. You could give it to someone's grandma and she dies and it's your fault, and that's how we're going to guilt trip you into obeying our orders. Yes. So guys, that's what's going on here. It's great to see people push back against the World Economic Forum, which looks like an evil cartoon when they show these people just standing in, I don't know, where's it located, in Switzerland? It is unbelievable. It is literally an evil Bond cartoon. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.